What's up, Sagittarius? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting April 21st. It is Easter morning. So yesterday I thought with so much that I had to do, I was going to have an opportunity to do these readings for you, but I didn't. And I didn't want to. My energy level was so low after I completed everything that I needed to do. So the deck that I'm using will be listed in the description box, of course. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate the current subscribers to my channel. And so my new goal here, Sagittarius, is to reach 500 or more subscribers so that I am able to have more opportunities, not only opportunities for my videos to be monetized, but also too other perks come into play. So I could do, once I reach that 500 level, do live sessions with you guys, and I would like to go back to doing those live sessions with you. Anyway, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the videos. So yeah, that's my announcement here. Okay, so shuffling up the energies here from doing Scorpio's messages for the week, not intentionally reading any reversals. So the energy potentially for Sagittarius, what is coming up, what is going on. All right, good enough. We'll cut the deck here and begin your messages. All right, so Sagittarius, we're going to start off with the first card in energy. Again, not reading reversals, is the Page of Swords. I read the Page of Swords as new conversations that could be taking place with new individuals that you come to meet, or it could be just new conversations in general with those people who are already around you. All right, so first actions and first moves, of course, and basically the Page of Swords to me is just, information, news coming forward. However you access information, that's what I'm talking about. But also too, for the Sagittarius, there could be someone new who may be taking up some sort of interest and checking you out. Now, this is linked to romance, oftentimes linked to romance, so they could be checking you out through social media, whatever. This could be a coworker, this could be a friend, this could be a neighbor. But if the other cards open up, as well as showing, basically, if you receive the full moon, if you receive the moon or the Seven of Cups, then these individuals may be coming forward to let their intentions known to you. All right, but right now they're just checking you out. Following the Knight of Swords here, now we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, there we go. I just mentioned that, right? Seven of Cups shows up here. So whoever it is that may be taking up some sort of newly invested interest in you, Sagittarius, may come forward. Seven of Cups is always also to having the ability to trust your intuition. Many options may open up to you this week, Sagittarius. Always picking, from those options, the best thing that's going to resonate for you. Okay, so that's trusting your intuition, the first gut instincts that you get, the inner voices that you hear. You have to always go with that because usually those first impressions are the correct answer. Also, too, this week, since it's your reading, there is the aspect of energy coming towards you, if it's not coming towards you or occurring already, from family members, friends, romantic partners, in the form of love, dedication, and devotion. Following that, now we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is just feeling like you're being pulled slightly in different directions in terms of having to make a decision, um, internal stuff that you may be dealing with, or could be on the external end, and that's dealing with other people. I always say with the Five of Swords, don't allow anybody to play any head games or mess with your mental mind this week. And then also, too, there could be something that you own or possess that someone could be possibly envious of. Okay, so that's just the Five of Swords, temporary. I don't think or feel that it's necessary to throw any clarifier on that Five of Swords. Usually the um, Five of Swords is self-explanatory. Okay, I don't need to throw a card down there to tell you what. See, because that's how I feel about these clarifiers. It seems like it's what I bring on to you. You know what I mean? And I don't want that. If I can throw a card down here and it comes up, then it could be that projecting this energy onto you, and I don't like to do that as such. All right, so just know that the Five of Swords is temporary energy if it does express itself towards you at all. All right, so following the Five of Swords, now we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, replenishment, quieting your mind. Okay, could be seen as a reduction from the energy of the Five of Swords, where you're, figuring out what to do in terms of a decision or an action. Taking a day off from work, that could be indicative here. Planning a future trip if we don't get any movement cards by the end of the spread. Um, Doing something exclusively for yourself, reclaiming your independence possibly, and reclaiming your happiness. It's all those things that aren't associated with the attachments, your jobs, and all relationships. Following the Four of Swords, now we have the okay, now we have the Queen. I'm sorry, the King of Wands. This is part of your energy here. So you're focused on something this week. It's very intense, very passionate. He's a court card, so it could be you. Can express himself in a sexual manner. Now, this all may be linked here to the Seven of Cups as well as the um, the Page of Swords here. Okay, when this person may come forward here, then the relationship or the situation picks up is very passionate, is very tense, or this person here has that energy and how they feel towards you. Okay, there's a strong possibility that they're very intense and very passionate about it. Can't wait to get together with you, and some romantic kind of sense. King of Wands can also too send in a burst of energy to any Sagittarius that I'm reading for this week, who is artistic and creative and help you along those pursuits. All right, so you're focused on something this week, very intense about it, very passionate. You usually go after whatever it is that you're focused on. Following that, we have the Temperance card. So here's your energy here. And of course, when the major arcana, the Temperance that represents you, Sagittarius, that means that this reading is going to be um, more powerful, okay, in terms of expression. So the Temperance card here represents you. This is restoring some sort of peace and balance, bringing that energy back into your field. Now, this could be a week for some Sagittarius that I'm reading for, that you just focus on yourself, okay? Pulling that energy back, focusing on yourself. Um, Not only focusing on yourself, but having the ability to care for yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. And this is not selfish acts or anything like that. It's just you having the need to. Maybe you extended yourself out to family members, friends, could be your work. And now it's time for you just to rebalance all of that energy, focus on yourself. Also, too, I read the Temperance card as, Mother Nature. So you could just be spending some time outdoors enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty, and there's nothing wrong with that. Temperance card also, too, represents relationships. So it sits underneath the Knave of Swords. So that could be, something special in terms of a message for someone. Um, yeah, so just going through the week, restoring, rebalancing yourself, focusing on yourself as well. And this is, again, not, any means of you having to be selfish. Um, it's just time for you maybe to pull back and just take care of your own needs and your own wants. Up next, now we have the what do we have? The Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords here, I had to look at that. The Eight of Swords is just a card that could indicate there is some sort of worry, could be some stress associated with that, but also too with the Four of Swords here, as well as the Five of Swords, that could be seen again as a reduction of you having to deal with any conflicting energies, whether it's internal or external. The Eight of Swords, however, it represents fear, sleepless nights. Oftentimes, I read the Eight of Swords as breaking communication with family members or friends, but you have to be careful here that you're not being blindsided by the Eight of Swords when it comes to, if it's real, deal with it, work on those energies, reduce the conflicts. But if it's something that you're thinking about, worried about, fearful of, And this, I get a lot of, distrust here with the Eight of Swords as well. And it's underneath the love and relationship card. So it could be a connection for someone that I'm reading for that they're dealing with some sort of trust issues when it comes to any romantic partnerships, family dynamics, or, platonic friendships. But um, if it's real, work on it, reduce the conflicting energies, like I mentioned before. But be careful here not to engage in infiltrating your mind with unnecessary stuff that has yet to occur, meaning that you could be worried about a relationship. You could be stressing over that relationship. You could be stressing over your job. You could be stressing over a family situation. If it hasn't occurred, don't do yourself a disservice by, because 9 times out of 10 it never seems to turn out that way. If it does affect you, the way that you compile it in your mind. So, be careful there. All right. So, again, I'm not going to throw a clarifier on that Eight of Swords. Up next here, we have the High Priestess, definitely stronger than the energy of the Seven of Cups when it comes to paying attention to your intuition. She is definitely here to help guide you. To make sure that you are, if there's any presentations of any choices to be made, that you're, choosing the correct one that's going to be best for you. Opposites attract. It's the number 2, so also 2 could represent relationships. However, the High Priestess here, you could be shielding secrets from someone shielding secrets from you. Also, too, it could be partly in connection with the um, Page of Swords here, when likes and crushes. All right, likes and crushes are formulated here as well. Also, there could be something going on here for you this week where the advice usually from the High Priestess is to have a little bit more patience, whatever that energy may be for you, Sagittarius. All right, up next here now we have the Tower. All right, so you're the second sign that has received the Tower. Please don't faint. It just means that there's some energy here that may not even be in association with you. Sometimes these towers, just the tower shows up here just for me to speak about things that are happening outside of yourself. So, but it still represents shock and devastation. It's uncontrollable. You can't control it. But there's, plenty of energy here that we are dealing with on a regular and daily basis of our lives, right? So this is like, again, the shock value, the destruction. Now, it may not be something that's going to personally affect or impact you, but you may hear something shocking. You may hear something devastating, and it's in another region or affecting other persons. Okay, still will represent our weather, earthquakes. Um, I always throw in, lately, as of late, anything that's going on here with our administration, our current administration in the United States, and all the crazy shit that they've been doing. So that could be part of that energy here. However, I am going to throw a clarifier on that tower. Okay, so why is the tower here for Sagittarius? Keep in mind, Sagittarius, you do have your own energy here, which is, like I said before, when your own energy that represents you shows up here, it makes the reading that much more stronger and powerful. So it will take down the energy, most definitely, of that tower. And then also, too, the High Priestess. All right, so why is the tower showing up here? All right, so it could be. Yep. Now we have the major arcana, the magician. It could be anything going on. Now I read this magician as an actual person, and keep in mind that the magician is just clarifying the tower. So whatever I come up with may not be anything in alignment to whatever could be going on with you. So just I give you my best impressions, and my best impressions aren't always correct. I just give you what I feel. So I feel that the magician, I'll use this as a person. You have to be careful here. Someone could be coming through um to create some sort of or at least attempt to create some sort of uplifting, not uplifting, I'm sorry, upheaval, okay, surrounding your energy. And I'm using the negative end of the magician, not the positive end. So this person here could be coming, and this could be a stranger, definitely could be some uh instances of, receiving some sort of news that's occurring with a family member or a friend. Um, it could be a coworker. Now we haven't drawn any pentacles here, but it still could be a coworker. This energy here, I feel that Sagittarius, I have to say that it could be someone who comes along and tries to directly um, create some sort of upheaval in your life. But the blessing here for you is your own energy, the temperance, as well as the high priestess, knowing that if this stranger or anybody else in association with you this week tries to come and create some sort of upheaval upheaval for you, you will be smart enough to know to probably prevent this energy from happening or occurring, to you personally, if it is a personal thing. All right. So again, I'm just interpreting what I feel that could be, potential energy, but again, what I say is not cast in stone. So just be careful with that energy. I'm just seeing on the negative end here, someone could be trying to create some sort of destruction or chaos um, for you. All right. Next up is the yep. So the Empress shows up here. So this is another powerful major arcana that definitely will take down the energy of the tower's impact if this is something that affects you on a personal level. And then keep in mind the Empress mirrors over here to your Temperance card. And both of these cards here I read as Mother Nature, right? So, and refocusing, pulling back the energy to focus on yourself. So everything that I said about the Temperance card applies to the Empress when it comes to you having to focus your needs on your own self or taking care of your own needs and your wants. But also to the extension of this energy is there still could be something new, growing, developing, expanding around you. For some, it could be pregnancy news. For others, it could be childbirth. I represent the Empress as a card of beauty. It sits underneath your own energy, the King of Wands. So internally, redrawing that energy, focusing the energy back onto yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, loving yourself, knowing what um, your values are and what that energy all means to other people that are close to you. Okay, some of you still may be going through this week alone, hairdresser appointments, makeovers, you name it. Okay, it could be just you having to exercise more, changing your diet, modifying your diet, anything to improve the status of your own health. Okay, pregnancy news, childbirth. I said that, I think, could be around you. All right. So, but actually, I'm liking this reading here for you, Sagittarius. I don't like people to focus so much on the negative cards, especially the Tower, because you have so many other positive things surrounding that energy. That's not, the Tower only shows up here specifically like the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Now, maybe something that, affects someone, but again, I always reserve the Tower's energy as something happening outside of yourself, and it's just for me to talk about it. Now, this time around, we didn't receive any pentacles. So I usually talk about when the tower is present with the pentacles, we're talking about business losses and companies closing up. And we had that in last week's video, maybe not your video, but then this week alone, we had a lot of stuff going on with, for instance, Southwest Airlines laying off 1,000 workers or more. That was part of what I had mentioned, not Southwest specifically, because I never know who's going to do what. But I did mention that there was going to be news about companies laying off, closing up, filing chapter, um, you know, bankruptcies and all that other crap. And it's come to pass. So, that's the kind of stuff that I talk about. But we have no pinnacles here for you. So, um, take the message either generally from what I said that there could be a stranger or someone else coming in to create or at least attempt or try to create some sort of upheaval or destruction for you this week. All right, but you have all the other cards like the Temperance, your own energy, and the Empress to settle that. And you have the High Priestess as well as the Seven of Cups to help you to know better. Okay. All right, so additional messages here for you. We have the Two of Wands. This is my only timing card here, Sagittarius. So whoever it is, whatever it is that you're waiting for, this is usually, related to slowness and stagnation in any area. So it could be a relationship. It could be that you're waiting for something, like a phone call, waiting for something to arrive in the mail, waiting to jumpstart a project or whatever. So if the last two cards by any chance are movement cards, then it will propel the energy of the Two of Wands and boost things and make them come quicker. So I usually put 2 days and 2 week period of time for those things that whoever you're waiting for, or whatever it is that you're waiting for to take, have some sort of movement um, to occur. Okay, so that's the Two of Wands there. Up next, now we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is achieving some sort of victory and success. Also, too, it relates to a great deal of determination. Like the Page of Swords here, it's usually first action, first moves, and then also too the Ace of Swords represents an insight of clarity, gaining insight and being clear about things. You're certain about things. All right. So that's the Ace of Swords. Last card I'm gonna draw for you, Sagittarius, is the Ten of Pentacles. There's the money card that I just spoke about, talking about the Tower. So again, since the Ten of Pentacles is in your spread and we got the Tower, we may hear more about things going on in terms of businesses, cutting back, closing up. It's to be expected, but on the off side here, though, Sagittarius, this is a card still of abundance. This is one of my big money cards. So it still could be any forms of promotions for you guys, substantial pay raises, bonus money, could be inheritance money. Any Sagittarius that is out there was into risk taking, playing the lottery, going to casino runs, just play responsibly because this is big money that could be coming in. All right. So there we go with that. This is what I have for you this week, Sagittarius. Just take what's going to work for you always. Leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always throwing in that extra word of safety, caution. Be vigilant, not paranoid. You'll be all right. When the Tower is present in your spread. Um, Always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Sagittarius, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.